We are live, yo. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to this amazing live stream that we've got lined up for you today. And today, look, I didn't come alone. I brought two friends with me who we call ourselves the G unit, but we should really call ourselves the money unit. And we're going to share. Today's live is going to be a bit more different. It's just going to be everybody just being real, talking about our experiences, sharing some insights with you. And the two guys, the two voices that I have here with me, I'll introduce them. Koba and Kesa, they are from our Discord group, but also these guys have been there, done it, and I'm sure a lot of you have come across the boys in the in our Discord channel. So a very warm welcome to you both, brothers. And yeah, let's say what's up.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's up, everyone?
Good to see everyone. Nice meeting you, DXB. It's also the first time.
Yeah.
To see each other.
I think we were just having a chat in the backstage, and all I can say is the stuff that we were talking about tonight. Sometimes we said we gave the analogy of Mount Everest. You know, you're an investor, you're climbing up Mount Everest for the first time. You get to base camp 1 and you look up and you're like, nah, I'm going back. There's no oxygen here. That's how your crypto journey is. And in the last 4 years alone, we've got crazy stuff to share. So why don't we start with meme coins where people got wrecked? I'll start with you, Koba, because you had an amazing story to tell. Let's talk about your experiences of meme coin. Both of you, actually.
I will start with the first meme I ever bought.
Yeah.
It was Shiba Inu. Was last cycle. I didn't even know that it was a meme. My strategy was buying a coin that would give me the most coins for the amount of money that I would put in. And I was at that time not buying from a lot of exchanges, not like now buying from 20 exchanges. So I went to Bitfavo, is a Dutch European exchange, and they listed very early Shiba Inu, I remember. And then I started buying, just like a true retard, just buying. And to make a long story short, I held it for a long time. I made a couple of X's, not a lot, but literally 3.5, 4 months later, if I would held on that last leg, I would have made I believe it was. Yeah, my cousin says 6 million. I believe it was a little bit over 4 million, but it would have been a big amount. I mean, a stupid amount for the money that I would put have in afterwards. It was pure luck. If I would have made it, if I would have made it, money. The cycle was different. I mean, what kind of memes did you have? Doge, Shiba.
It's about 4, maybe 5.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. Yeah.
And also, I believe if you were early, it didn't matter what you bought. That was what I realized after that. I learned a valuable lesson. First of all, that you need to give it time. That we learned also this cycle because we held really some gems, and with some gems we made a nice amount in 2023. But some we offloaded it just before they exploded. We had I don't know if you know the coin HGPT,
HyperGPT.
Yeah. I found it was yes, it was 0.007 cents. Really was not even 1 cent, and we bought both. We bought really a lot of them, and we got impatient. I don't know why we were so impatient. We sold it and we missed a 12x on it, like literally, like 45 days later, it blew up. We had that also with prop base. We bought it really cheap, really early. We sold too early. We had also some winners. We were buying Rio. I believe my average was 17 cents. Yours also. I remember the first 5,000 I bought for 900 bucks. Those I sold for one.
I think you made a 7 or 8x.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe even more.
Yes.
And the reason that we sold HyperGPT because we were really impatient. but also due to the hype of, and that is the second meme that we would like to address, is Miro. We were too greedy because it was all shiny weather, and so we
went
FOMO'd
high with it.
And we bought it at a real cheap price. We bought it really cheap, and we had a decent amount. We could have made a lot of profit, but we
had some stupid idea that we wanted $1, but it was actually based on nothing, truly on nothing. Right. Sometimes we are
would
really.
Would you say your experience in selling Shiba Inu early actually influenced your decision to hold Miro that long? Because sometimes you know what happens in the past. You get a gem, you calculate that it's $6 million, and now all of a sudden, it's almost replicated. Because when Miro came out, it was as hot as anything. Yeah, it was incredible. Wow, that's very interesting.
So sometimes, but I mean, how do they say it in English? The sword has two sides. I mean, even if you gain knowledge, there comes, of course, you also have to practice, and sometimes it's difficult. So you can never be perfect. So in some projects you will sell too early, some projects you will sell too late. This one was not that we sold it too late, but we are with the three of us. So we have also a younger cousin. So he's the oldest, I'm the middle, and then we have young. So I went. He was sleeping already, and I was. I mean, we study a lot. We search. So I'm like a degen, just searching coins, and then I'm like the first filter. I'm looking for the right things. Like what we don't like are coins. That is. I mean, I don't want to offend nobody. Don't do what we do.
Let's offend. This is the show to offend people.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, but we have a rule.
Need to be uncomfortable to enjoy, because lesson number one so far, in just a short time, we've been on here for 7 minutes, and if anybody wants to take a lesson from this live, is you just talked about 2, 3, 4 occasions where you sold.
Yes.
Imagine. Let's spare a thought for the people that are still holding their Miro bag.
Yes.
Right. So that's a very, very important thing, and I love the fact that you said, look, to get into sometimes people's darker side. We live in a society where everything is politically correct. People come to me for portfolio reviews, and I say, we were talking about the guy who sent me the 40 meme coins in backstage, and when I said, what the hell is this? It was almost like he regretted. But then afterwards, he came around. He said, "Man, this guy is just saying it to me as it is." Yeah, continue, brother, because I think that's a valuable lesson.
No, so that is a good point, because what I believe we do good. So I have some strong sides and some weak sides. He also, but the thing that I learned from him is to cut your losses. Also, sometimes we made a couple of good decisions that we saved ourselves on time. We made some really retard decisions. I mean, I can tell funny ones. I was in CJ's group, so we had like a strategy. We were in multiple groups, and we also searched for alpha on ourselves. So, and then I remember CJ named. I found the project, not him. There was somebody else in the group. The virtual versions was the coin name. Yeah, it was a retarded meme play, but I was checking the group, and everybody said we are going to buy. Everybody wanted to buy, so I thought, fuck it. It's so small project. We're gonna ride the wave with them and drop it off fast. But we learned that another thing when a micro, it was not even a micro cap, it was a nano cap. It was under 1 million. So what happens when 2,000 retards start to buy together? Because that was exactly what happened. We clogged up the order book. So the more that you bought, the price was, I believe, 12 cents of the coin, or 11 cents. But the market order, I didn't buy limit. That was, first of all, stupid, because I just wanted to grab, but I really got fucked, because I bought for 19 cents.
Right.
And really, within a minute, the bag doubled. No, it doubled.
It doubled.
It doubled. So I wanted to sell, but it couldn't fill the market order. So literally in 3 minutes, I went to half, like I lost immediately. Just you buy, and at the end you come out like you lose immediately. I lost 45 cents or something, and then we held it. I believe we didn't even held it for long. We just got it. Like Myro also, we rewarded. We had a couple of X's, and then every time we were arguing. No, we will wait. It will go to $1. The motherfucker will go to $1, and then we will grab it out. And then what we were doing in the meantime, we have some conviction plays that we just buy, and that we don't play with, and so with every win, you can take your half and use it for another gamble, and the other half you just throw it in Caspa, in my case, but also in his case. And he was already earlier. He made already big X's on Injective. He was buying at $6. I missed actually Caspa at 1 cent, because he was saying buy Caspa. I remember end of 2022, buy Caspa, and I started buying at 4 cents, I believe. So that was a regret that I made. Like, why didn't I? Why was I still holding some garbage? In my opinion,
it also had to do with the fact that you were still recovering from the last cycle.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
mentally.
I think that mentally, I think that is also, there are two lessons which I've learned. So when we started in this cycle, let's say 2022, beginning of 2023, when we started, we did everything on our own. We did our own research. We didn't enter any Discord. And by late 2023, we started entering some Discords. And then our strategy was, we weren't focused any longer.
Yes.
So, and I think the influence from outside also is really important, that you try to cancel the noise as much as possible, because like I said earlier, it's a bit cliche, but do your own research really is important if you want to invest in crypto. And also the allocation, because we started selling a couple of tokens just to add more Myro, because there was hype, and we believe that when there is hype, you can make great profits. But I think that the first lesson to everyone is, don't marry your bags, but more importantly, do your own research, because everything that you hear here in the Discord or in the chat or whatever, crypto Twitter, it's not something that is set in stone. You have to dig yourself into those tokens and to read and to understand what you're buying. And of course, for a small allocation, it doesn't really matter if you would like to gamble or you want to make a couple of flips.
Absolutely.
That's the most hard part, I believe. Also, that I mean, I don't want to badmouth the project. I had really a big bag of GFAL. My cousins didn't believe already months in it, so they were not even at a loss. They sold. I had a couple of 100Ks of GFAL, and after 14 months, because it was one of my conviction plays, I thought, I started to research more Mafia, and I had Mafia, and then I thought, okay, because we have some criteria. We have like, when we do conviction plays, we have like an Excel sheet. We want it to be, that's our thing. We don't want, it has to be the first cycle. That is what we like. It has to be
right.
It has to be first cycle. We want to find the team. It has to be doxed. We want at least 2 or 3 central exchanges. Sounds strange to a lot of people, but we don't buy Uniswap plays. That is where the high risk is. But maybe that's nice if you play with $100 or $200. But when you start to put in a lot of money, yeah, you can. I mean, I joke always that I'm a retard, and sometimes I am. But I mean, you have to be also a little bit sensible. I mean, a lot of people get wrecked, because also when we doubt, like we were doubting every time we were going back to that project. I forgot. It got wrecked, really wrecked. It was a GPU play. Alex OPSEC, and we found it early. I found OPSEC really early. I found Palm AI, so we never went in them. So, but every time I was coming back and I was checking, did they get an extra exchange? What is happening? But sometimes you can find a good narrative and it suits you, but something about it, like a feeling. because
Yes,
the
because
project,
OPSEC
yeah,
had some FUD quite earlier on, if you remember.
yes,
I think November, December last year. But it's interesting. A couple of things you point out, which is very important. One, having a standard in terms of what you look for in a project. And as Casey was saying, once you find that standard, it's also important to have the rely on your own research. And I think I'll share a funny story with you. I found Node AI under $5 million. Because I think the other thing that the audience, like sometimes, or the investors don't actually realize is how long it takes to do a research. So if we're in crypto like 18 hours a day, I'm up here 4 or 5 in the morning just looking for things. So when I found Node AI, and there's a funny video, I'll share it with you guys on my YouTube channel. I was farming some a project called D.Fi, if you remember, like towards the end of last year, early this year, like early February, March, something like that. So I started to use D.Fi because I was just scanning contracts, and it was one of the first platforms that launched to give you a score, at least on the smart contract. So there I was, Node AI, I think it was $2 million on Uniswap alone, nowhere else. And take the contract, scan it. So buy, sell, tax. Okay. It goes into my Excel sheet. Okay. Alarm bells only on Uniswap. Okay.
Yeah.
What do they mean? GPU. So again, that was pre-running even Deepin. It was like one of the first it kind of launches on Deepin. So I look back at it. I did the video and I said, look, if you want to capture a kind of a snaky contract, use this platform. So I grabbed Node AI, and I'm talking about Node AI, and it looks like a good project. A lot of the Deepins were rugging at the time. And then after that, obviously, I posted as is on the Patreon as well. It's actually under the folder scam alert. I was just checking it today. I was like,
yeah, but it
then I
can change.
realized
But it can. But that's the difficult part. People always speak
it can
about,
change.
I want to make 1,000x. But when you make, let's say you make 100x, you have to be at some moment really in a risky moment. You have to be there when it's not clear. Like you said, also that those are small things that we do. We go to DAX tools. People ask sometimes like how. I mean, when we were searching, we use really simple tools. Like you go to crypto bubbles, and then we just look for the coins that don't have a 1 year. That they are younger than 1 years, and then I just start to pick out. I just fill up a list just to collect them, and then I will go. And it was between spot 700 and 1,000. Those, because they can jump fast, so sometimes you can miss a coin. But then after that we start to search. We look at contracts. Those are the most easiest things that you can do, just to copy the contract, to see if they have, if the dev can mint coins. Is it? I mean,
whether they can pause it.
yes,
Yeah.
what they can pause it so they can sell, and
Hidden
you're
owner.
stuck with your digging in,
Yeah.
you're waiting. Like really, people have to realize that sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry.
And sorry, yes.
And what people tend to forget is that if you make a 5x and thereafter you make another 5x, you already have 25x.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and you train the muscle, and you train the selling muscle, because
At the
the greed is difficult. People say, if I make a 10x, I will sell. No. When you see those amounts grow, you always have that in you. But what if it goes another X? What if it goes? Because then you start. Yeah, it's greed. Really, people are greedy by nature.
It's money you've never seen. Like the way I describe it is, most people, like, sometimes they can't quantify the amount of money on paper. So what you see, like for example, you wake up one morning, you remember 2022, and whether you're in Matic or ADA or Sol or Shiba Inu or whatever you had at some point, does stupid things. You wake up, the first thing you do is refresh the portfolio, and you're like, if I could make $500,000 from, let's say, a 20 grand investment or something, man, I'm going to be a millionaire. I tell you what, I'll sell this next week. I'll sell it soon as it hits $1 million. Couple of days later, that shit goes upside down and you come back with nothing. And what I was thinking today was, when people were asking me about buying, when is the bottom? Like, who knows? Like, literally, we're just taking bunch of I guess because we look at the crypto in a longer sense, like if somebody's working and distracted, maybe they just rely on that information. But then if you're providing shit information and saying, look, it's going to go to, like, for example, Marvia. There was a brother in our Discord, famous story, and he came to us, and he was a pure TA guy, man. Like, literally, this guy was making thousands, hundreds of thousands a month on trading. He was very, very good trader. Comes to us and he looks at the TA on Marvia, and he says, look, I'll be interested again at 40 cents. So we looked at that and we said, look, IDO is 80 cents. Okay. It's barely dipping below $1. Now, a bunch of investors hear that because his credentials, because he is, a very successful. So they're like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to DCA into this.
Yeah, but I think he is also a TA guy, but on spot, I understand a little bit TI, but he explains it to me. He does the TA, and then I follow on those things, or I try to. I understand it, but just a small part. But what I noticed is that TA guys, especially traders, they are like not macro. So for them, always it's action.
It's action.
Buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. That's totally something that I cannot do. I'm too emotional for it. I would make too much mistakes. I don't want to learn it. For me, it's much easier to be. Yeah. I mean, you have to know if you're good at something or not. I'm patient to wait long, but I'm not patient. It sounds strange because actually you don't have to wait long when you're a good trader. You can make money
absolutely.
Yes,
but most people are. It's like you're on a flight. The pilot has a heart attack. You hear the call. Can anyone fly this 747? And nobody can. So you're just learning literally on the job. And trading is like that. Most people think, okay, the RSI is turned, and now I'm going to have to put a 20x leverage on something. But going back to Marvia, we've got something special here.
Yeah,
and
we have something special for this live stream.
Right.
I'll be right back, guys. I will be right back. I have a nice surprise.
All right, guys. And guys, by the way, those of you in the chat, we've got some legends. I'm just reading it now. We are going to bring the big hitters here. You got, let me just say quickly while bro comes back. Got Gonza in the building. Fuad is here. Greetings to you, brother. Steve-O. What's going on? B tweets. Chirply, where this might go, bearish and bullish targets, please. Hey, Kesa, how are you, bro? Yeah, we'll look at some price, and I'll get the boys' opinion on that for you as well. Kai, big up yourself, Big G's. What's going on, bro? Adam in the building. Big Yeti in the building. This guy's going to turn me into a world-class miner soon. Yeah. Cliff, if you're around, I'll get you guys, you and Kesa and Caveman involved as well. I'll drop you the link. Yep, I'll drop you the link right now.
What are you going to mine? DNX or whatever? Casper, everything.
So got a good question here from Rick. When Moon, take this one actually real quick. Let me just do the link for the guys.
That's a good question.
DXB, are you ready?
I am absolutely ready.
The question is the audience ready?
Guys, if you're ready, smash a like. We're doing a world premiere, a world first, and I think it's something you're gonna enjoy. So smash a like, and 3, 2, 1, dinner. Off you go, brother. We'll tell. Right there you go. If this is if this is not a world premiere, I don't know what it is. If that's not a buy alert, I don't know how else I can convince anyone, or we can convince anyone.
This is an absolute buy alert.
It's an absolute buy alert. So on the basis of that, of course, one of the reasons I I absolutely loved when you came into the Discord was the fact that you had so much conviction. And tell us about your journey with Mavia. Where do you think it's going to go? Give us your perspective, because I think you've done so much for the community, in terms of like being helpful, and just it's sometimes nice to get a, I don't say confirmation bias, but when you've seen stuff like Axie do what it did in the last cycle, and you're in this cycle, and somebody like you comes into the group and even gives us more conviction. And by the way, you're gonna let us know when you're selling, because the DXP. So over to you, brother.
Well, first of all, this shirt has a QR code, as you can see. Perhaps people can watch it later back. This QR code is for people, when they scan it, they will directly be forwarded to crypto.com to buy Mavia. So it's a free promotion for Mavia.
We are not insiders. We don't get paid, by the way.
No.
We're not affiliated.
No.
Because no, absolutely not. Because this was an idea. Because when we were talking about it, we were texting with each other about the fact that we would join the live stream, because we were talking about, let's do a live stream to share our experiences, to share about our ideas about Mavia, about Kaspa. I think those are, well, you have seen my portfolio during the portfolio review. So you already know my conviction plays, and
I have seen your portfolio, brother, and I'm telling you, I'm glad you came into our group, because I'm going to attach myself to your sell alerts.
We'll do so. So I think the first the first time that I saw Mavia was on the day of the launch. But as you already have seen in the chat, and I'm not really in favor of already buying at the time of launch. So I kept an eye on it, and it went straight up to all-time high in a very short period. Kosa.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Sun Wukong.
Sun Wukong.
Talk about the. Continue, bro.
I can do this all night long, baby.
And
continue, bro.
So and then it went to all-time high, but then the problem was that it was yeah, there he is.
There's the big man.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, there's the gold.
How are you?
What's up, man?
How you guys doing?
Are you gonna shoot us? Because I know you're in America and you have some ammunition.
Apart from I can't seem to hear you.
Shoot some giveaways.
Yeah. Continue, bro.
So and then I think the luck that we had, because we were discussing it in our group, because the three cousins have a WhatsApp group, and we share all kinds of information, tokens and everything. And then basically the luck that we had was that at that time the market basically collapsed. And since March we basically went down. We are still going down, and
we can't stop to go down.
I suspect it'll probably still go down a little bit further. Yeah.
Yes.
So and we all know that potentially we can go to 252 or maybe even more with a quick sharp wick. But nevertheless, it gave us an opportunity, because we didn't expect it would go that fast after the launch. And then all the way down, we have started DCing, and the lower it went, the more we invested in Mavia. And I think it has a total package. One of our key points when searching for a token is it needs to be something that the normies can recognize. We have been gamers when we were younger. Nowadays less, but we used to play a lot of games. So, and when you play the game Mavia on its own, it's quite addictive, right? And but moreover, if you start digging into Mavia, it's a very simple project. It's a mobile game. It is backed by Binance Labs. crypto ventures. If you go on there, and well, you already did a couple of times. If you look at the backing of the project, if you look at Kraken Futures, Binance, there are so many catalysts. The emission schedule, so they paused the emission schedule was amended. And even though that there is a big unlock in February, from the top of my head, I think it was 10 million. So it will go to 45 million tokens in circulation by February.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, it's not really something special in my view, because by then I hope to see some tier 1 listings, a lot of volume, and the dilution will not impact that much. And also giving the fact that what I do expect is that I expect that we will be topping off in between end of March and June. So in, let's say, Q1, Q2. And by that time, there are only 56 million tokens in circulation of Mafia. If you look at,
I hope it will be around that time, but I believe if you saw the sentiment of last cycle, the last cycle, I remember that everybody was over after that COVID dip. Everybody was over bullish, like we are going to 100k BTC. I mean, everything would, everything was extreme positive, and now this cycle, and we didn't go there to that 100k. You remember the plan B, etc., etc. Everybody was following that, and now this cycle, it was strange for me. Everybody was saying no, it's not going to be. There's too much dilution. There is no sentiment. If we make it till 85k, it will be the max. In Q4 2024 will be finished. All these kind of things, and a lot of negative sentiment. I really believe that it will be actually explosive. Just I believe it will be later. Will take longer. I believe history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Like, it will not be exactly. Maybe it can be black swan. I believe Q3, Q4. It's difficult. I mean, it's speculation. Who knows what, when? When he says March, I hope March, because that would mean we are finished in 6 months. But at the same time, I remember we are in the Netherlands, by the way. I remember last cycle, everything was about crypto. So you see it in the news. There was like people were at home, so they didn't have nothing to do. They were pumping a lot in crypto. Now, when I look around, I don't see that hype at this moment. I believe it will happen. It will happen maybe when we really go to 85k BTC. Then, of course, the normal media will start to, they will pick it up. Like, oh, nuts. Bitcoin went to 85k. People on the job will start talking about it, and then you have again that FOMO, that people will start to jump in, etc. Because we need that. We need that money, because now, for my feeling, it's the same retards. Maybe there came some new people, but I mean, in 2023, that pump that we had from November till February, March, it was just the crypto apes that were shoveling money between each other. Let's be honest. It was not, in my opinion, that's what I believe. Like, yeah, I don't see retail yet, real normal. I consider myself retail. So, but really the people that I need to offload my bags off. I assume it's really early yet. I think it will take more time. And I believe what I saw is that every cycle takes a little bit more longer, like around 15 or 20% in length.
Yeah, we kind of have, like, for example, the I mean, going back to the point that you made there, it's when is the banana zone? Like, somebody was asking us, I think it was Ricky G, I think, or somebody was asking us about what you guys think collectively. And I think, of course, Koza and also Cliff have been in it before. In your opinion, I mean, going back to 2013, Cliff, is this cycle different for you?
It's a little different this year. This time, obviously, it's the first time we've had ETFs in the equation, which I mean should mean that it shouldn't drop nearly as hard, which I mean is always nice. If you saw what my portfolio's down by at the moment, you'd probably cry. But, you know, I'm used to that. That's part of crypto, right? There's good days and there's bad days. You know, the best way to make sure that you don't get completely and utterly wrecked is obviously DCAing and making sure that your position's sensible. You know, the first rule I tell anyone getting into crypto: only invest what you can afford to lose. Right? That's very logical.
Absolutely.
But then, you know, for me, like this cycle's very different. It's not been massive highs yet, and I say yet because we still don't know yet what's going to happen come the end of the year, right? November is going to be an interesting one because we've obviously got the presidential election coming up. So that's going to probably have an impact, given that Trump has been literally trying to, you know, plead his case to every BTC maxi going.
And FTX money coming back.
You should have seen how loud the Bitcoin Nashville conference was. Right. One of our colleagues was there, and he could hear the applause from outside of the actual event when Trump said that he would protect Bitcoin. So it could cause a rally, and it could cause, you know, the start of it. But this time we don't have Ethereum in the equation. That's now proof of stake, not proof of work. Solana's pretty much wrecked at the minute. It could be the next one, but if that gets an ETF, everything that gets an ETF is going to affect what is going to trigger the next bull cycle. So that's you know, something to consider.
No, very good point. I mean, I always say that nobody knows. But what I've found over the years is that when you find a project or projects that you have a conviction in, based on everything that the guys were talking about, and of course you're no stranger to the ideal portfolio size, and I've seen your portfolio, and you know,
you're one of very few people who ever has.
Yes, and I kept it as a secret, but you know, just like Case's one, you know, it's on the let's say it's on the Lamborghini side, not the Toyota Helix side, which is where most people play. But I'm going to ask you one by one, guys. What is your ideal portfolio size?
What do you mean by that? With
in
money,
terms
or
of
how many tokens?
allocation?
Yeah, how many tokens would you advise somebody? Of course, again, you know, all of us are in crypto probably majority of the day, but like if you had a job and you had to obviously hold a portfolio, I get to see all kinds of portfolios. Backstage I was sharing with you guys, you know, I can't disclose who the person is, but this brother came to me with 40 meme coins.
Man, it depends. Man, it depends if you are married or not.
Yes.
Let's say you're married, you got kids.
No,
very good
man,
point.
Man, if you are bad to every
no, you just need a wife as degenerate as you with the crypto.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, but you have to find it in token 24 or something, and unfortunately the last one in Dubai was flooded. You know, imagine, you know, you're looking for a crypto wife, you know, you come all the way to Dubai, like all those influencers, and you know, all of a sudden now you're doing the Titanic, you know.
Man, to every person in the live stream that watching that is single, man,
stay single.
Go sleep to your parents' basement.
Like Crypto John.
Go, yeah.
Oh man.
Go to your mother to eat dinners.
Sell your car.
Sell your, yeah, like sleep,
you can live off noodles.
Live in your parents' house as long as you can. Let's hope they can pay your bills, you know.
But by the way,
and put every single penny you can in crypto, and in 2 years you can do that.
Yes.
Leave this house, get your own place, get some nice lady.
Hey, I kid you not. I think the two.
Sorry,
two of the
my wife hears that and she's.
You're going out to the street tonight.
Kosa's about
I'm
to
in
get
trouble.
strung up
I'm in
live on
trouble.
camera.
I'm in
Yeah, Kosa's
trouble.
about to get strung up on live on camera.
I'm in trouble right now. Hello, baby.
Tell her you had a drink.
I think it's a good question. I think it's if you don't, if you're young and I mean you don't have a serious life yet. No, you're not living on your own. You don't have high cost, high maintenance life. Why not? You can buy maybe 20, 30, 40 coins. Like I call it the shotgun strategy. Depends how much money. Now I would never. In my case, it will never be more than 8. It will always be between 5 and 8. And maybe when
I try and limit myself to 5.
Yes.
5 high conviction, and then usually I have a couple of degen plays that's sort of like a shot in the dark, right? Like a case of a bit like what Kosa recommended to me. The other day.
About the
like
wife
Cliff is holding 5, but he's mining 10 others.
That's not far from the truth either.
Yeah.
But Cliff, those other ones that like the different plays, you flip them?
Yeah, a lot of them I flip directly. So I use a trading system that allows me to mine in whatever you're mining in at the time and flip it directly into BTC. Okay. So or directly into USDT, one or the other. And then obviously that allows me to then go and go on an exchange and pick up the ones that I'm more interested in.
Yes.
And what I do believe is that for me the ideal number would be also 8 or 10. If indeed if you have a family, or even if you're single and you're working from 9 to 5 or whatever, I think 8 to 10 is a decent number because you can focus. But on the side, what is really important, because you are not only tracking those tokens, you are also tracking the market, and people tend to forget how much time it costs to track the market, to monitor the market, what is happening from a macro perspective. For me, most of the time, I'm looking at the data with regards to the total crypto market, to BTC, to the total tree, and not so much on my own tokens, because I know that Kaspa is a long-term play, Mavia is a long-term play. I have just a couple of them which are degen plays, and which will be used to flip to either Kaspa or to Mavia, depending on where we are in the bull. So if it is already early that I can make a couple of good flips from the smaller degen plays, then and it's very, very early, and I don't expect that Kaspa will do the same amount of X's like Mavia. I expect that Mavia will be very fast at the level of $7 to $10. But we cannot expect that from Kaspa to do the same amount of.
This is a point for you guys. It's Sanjay said, "Big up yourself, Sanjay, my brother from Brighton." Sanjay says, "Look, it's really difficult when DXB pushes the buy alert." And
difficult.
Yeah, like DXB. Yeah. Just check your alert section in Discord. How many coins have you put alert in last week? It's probably more than. It's probably more than 8.
You will be broke to buy
like one time, like last week, I think you put an alert with 5 coins in one post.
Yes. And I'll tell you the reason behind it, because I try to explain it, and sometimes the first thing I normally say is not for everyone. But historically, when we go back, and again, we have to keep a record of in the bear market, where we had success and where we had failures and what we missed and what we didn't. Naturally, I hold a lot of coins, and the other night I chopped out almost 30. By the time I share my portfolio with the community, you would see that some of the degen plays, I'm talking about anything up to $1,000, that was just purely speculative in and out. But I tell you what, the gems, let's say for example you've got I mean I've heard, you know, some people have let's say for example 5 coins and then that's all they ever promote, they ever talk about. So if you look at my strategy, we will always have, let's say for example, you know, back in 2023 it was mostly Pepe, which I got into extremely early, and I sold half of it. I bought 20 billion tokens for a bit like your Shiba Inu example. But one night I was coming back from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, and I stopped for gas, and I just naturally, as you do, I'm flicking through while the guy is doing the petrol, and I'm like, wait a minute, the Binance listing is actually true. The candles I saw were shocking. Like I literally went, parked my car. I couldn't even wait to park my car. The guy was like, move your car, there's people behind you. And I sold half of the bag, and I sold another half. So I'm actually left with 5 billion of those, which at one stage was like over $100,000 in value. Now it's just come down. But let me tell you a funny story. There's a guy in our group, one of the OGs that was with me, and I would relentlessly post about these projects in each category, you know, low cap gems or whatever. So he never bought it. And one night we had a call, and he said to me, look, I actually found he found AI Tech and I think AGI. It was all under 5 cents, and I was relentlessly posted it. The guys that were here last year will tell you 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. Casper 1 cent, 50% of a penny. Nobody takes the bite. Then they find out what I'm holding, like in terms of significance. So they always, I will always say something Casey said, which was important. It's important to do further research, because yes, I'm posting these, but do you ever reference them with where most of my capital is? So, you know, if you look at my DGEM portfolio, majority of my holdings are in Mavia and Alephium. If you look at my 2023 portfolio, which is my larger private one, that's more, 56% of that is Casper. Guys, I did not put $250,000 into Casper. This is inflated to those levels and more. So I guess it's a very good question. There's a method to the madness. You get the salad, you get the information, and then next year we come back, and I kid you not, we'll probably spend most of our bear market discussions sifting through those pilots. You know, this token, this did 500x. You bastard. you posted it. How much did you buy it? Well, I bought $50 of it.
Yeah,
Good
but
returns.
what you said is right. Like,
okay, DXB, you always ask us on your live stream, what's our top 5 projects?
Yes.
And you never answer that. You hold like 100. You hold like 100 projects plus.
Because look,
now,
the only way...
no. Now it's your turn. You give us your. If you had to only pick 5, put all your money in only 5. You give us your 5, because you like always show this. You always show this like wallet. You got 20 plus projects.
No,
you give alerts on your Discord like 30 plus projects. No, right now it's your turn.
Okay.
You give us your
the law
5.
of averages you are playing. The law of averages. You will hit something.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Right now you give us your 5. When you
I'll
had
give you
to
my
sell
5.
everything and give you 5.
Well, I'll give you my 5 on chain, coming from cold storage wallets. How about that? Because if you look at this, Tangent, blah, 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 whatever. So we're going to give you 5 with high conviction. Okay. Number 1, numero uno, Heroes of Mavia.
Don't forget to buy. Don't forget to buy.
Oh my God, this is
But
brilliant.
in a random order, or is that your biggest, your highest? Because I believe Kosa means like your highest 5, like the top 5.
The highest 5.
Like if you
Yes.
like, I mean, like if you only can pick 5, you build your wallet, you build your portfolio for bull run with only
Ignore
5 projects.
Okay,
you
so
want to make
the right
as
side.
much money you want.
There you go. There you go. So ignore anything from this side, right? Alf, 23%, 16% based AI, 15% Mavia, 9% Brett, AGI, and Tectum.
No, it's
Right.
6. No, it's 6.
Well, take
you drop
Tectum out.
one.
So Tectum. Because I have a layer 1 in there. I have also another layer 1, which is AI based. And I have probably the premier meme coin in there, which has come down way undervalued, by the way. Not interested, but until now.
So you would rather hold, like, for example, Brett than Tectum or AI Tech?
Oh, I see this. I think that's a fantastic portfolio. I have
but
a
is it because Crypto Galaxy says that Brett is going to
no,
$12?
you kept on talking about the $12, but let me tell you why. Actually, let me go deep.
But the 9% of Brad, is that also gains? That's why it became the 9%, because
it's pumped.
Yes. Okay.
But even more so, if you look at this portfolio, so justification for the layer 1 in Alephium is because last year and 2022, and those of you that know from Reddit to different discords or whatever, you would have caught Casper. That's all it was. To the point where people were making the same mistake and buying the Casper with a C, which is practically dead. But if you gave me a layer 1 today and you said to me, look, there's $100,000 in cash, USDT. I want you to buy me a layer 1 with the highest conviction. I'm going to look for something that actually is considered in crypto world, like, those snoppy millionaires will tell you, oh, that's risky. But about $170 million just to get to Casper's level, holy crap, I'll put my layer 1 money into Alephium without one hesitation. Based AI, I missed Tau, and I regret it, and I actually had two Bitensa Taus that I bought for a combined total of like $70, 68 or something dollars, and I waited. I remember that night I was just having my shisha in Dubai, chilling, watching a Superman video, and he said, "Would you like to land?" And he was like, "I'm gonna catch this for $9." Right?
I wonder how much coins that guy has, because Superman
Moonbeam,
sometimes I believe, like,
Moon River. If you don't understand what, mate, Superman last night, I made a funny video today because I love him, because entertainment value, that guy is absolutely hilarious.
I found some gems because of him.
He's incredible.
Yes.
And he's also incredible at finding, there was one guy, there was a funny night, somebody sent him a $50 or $100 in a super chat. So thank you very much. And he put his Monaco thing on, but he didn't know the question. He goes, if you've got any questions, ask me the question. So the guy goes, my friend, you've recommended, and these were like bunch of, recently he went nuts. He went into meme coins like insane. So apparently he gave this guy some calls on meme coins, and all of them rugged and did nothing. And then obviously now, because he celebrated the money, so he was like, thank you very much for the donation. So to answer the question, he got pissed off. So it's like, oh, don't be so ridiculous. Crypto goes up and down. It's like legend. That's how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Super chat. But honestly, he said $9 Tau. Another time, I mean, if you guys, if you watch Superman back in November 2022, I bought Solana under $10, and then I bought it at $14 and then $16. And then Superman was like, no, it's going to $3. Optimum. He's got like a spreadsheet of optimum buys. And he said, render's going to go to 15 cents or something. And I'm going to pick up some more. Solana is going to go to $3. Soon as they get, I was like, what a legend. But then the famous one for me.
You can find some real gems through him, because he really covers so many coins.
He's incredible. I think what recently as well, I don't know if you saw last week, but last week he kind of lost the plot again. He had a funniest meltdown. He just picked up the gun and started shooting all the big YouTubers.
Yes. Yes.
Which in the bear market, that's what you need, right? I mean, that's my number one guy in the bear market.
And he never changed also how he makes videos. So for so many years, but still on the same way, like
the only thing I would say is he's kind of like he's so huge, like he's a VC. So I know, for example, some of those tokens, he has a super massive allocation, and then you sometimes watch him and on a live stream, and he'll talk about a shitcoin, and then that shitcoin does 5x on the spot. But yeah, Koza, I would say all my money I would put it into that. I think that gives me a layer one that covers me for AI. That gives me
bread to $12.
$12. You sold it to me, AGI, and if you allow me one more,
the goat.
No, you did, because you kept on mentioning the $12.
Crypto Galaxy, the goat.
So I'm going to ask you guys the same question now. Okay, I'm going to start off with Kesa and work my way down on the screen. I want you to give me 5 convictions for the audience.
Very simple. First, Caspa. Second, Mavia. Third, Node AI. Then AI Tech, ChainGPT. And as a DJ play, I have a lot of confidence in Creo Engine.
You know, that's a smart. There's obviously.
By the way,
yeah.
there are a lot of other coins which I would consider putting in my consider. But for example, we were talking about Rio. We already made a 10x or 11x on Rio. So for me personally, if I look at the narrative, I think that tokenization will be the narrative perhaps for the next cycle. I don't think it has the maturity to succeed in this cycle. Maybe not, but that is my conviction. So I used it as a flip. But there are a couple of them. What I also do like is the one that you also mentioned, GHX, the
gamer coin.
Gamer, yes, exactly. So it has gaming, it has AI, it has deepin. I think it's a very good one. But overall, those 5 tokens are for me the highest conviction plays.
Yeah, Kaiser, when you are talking about tokenization and that it's the play for the next cycle, just remember, like last cycle, everybody was saying the same about metaverse stuff.
Yes.
No, true. No, that's true.
Yeah. And so it has pump on just pure hype. And
no, that's true.
Even though they are waiting for it to be a better product next cycle, the pure hype is enough to pump those bucks, you know.
Yeah, and the reason that I say that is also because what I do now in this phase, because we've had the bear market, we had the time to flip coins. I think now we are moving towards a situation whereby we need to play our highest convictions. Otherwise, we are going to screw our portfolios.
Yes.
And I think that, like I said, I made a 10, 11x on Rio. I have put everything of it in well, not everything. I would say 90% of it in Mavia, and the rest in the remainder of the portfolio. So and if I had to choose on the narratives, I think layer one, AI/deepin, because it's also highly connected to each other, and then the third one would be gaming for me.
Brilliant. Koza,
I think
over to you, sir.
Tectum number 1. Okay, Cliff is here, so Dynex number 2.
Not financial advice. No, of course, Dynex is in there. In the conversation.
Yeah, I remember, like, we spoke a few days ago, and we had this talk that the whole Dynex technology is reminding us of Terminator movies and Skynet stuff. So I'd rather be the one that is a friend of Terminator. So I like Dynex.
I would say Friday's stream might be an interesting stream.
Man, like Cliff said, he will be transferring his brain to the robot.
All right. So give us your 5. And then we'll take some questions because there's plenty of questions.
Yeah, I got Tectum, I got Mavia, I got Rio, I got Creo. And for the 5th one, I would say
Sun Wukong.
Sun Wukong, of course, everybody knows this, but no, the 5th one is AI Tech.
AI Tech, sure. And so if you had to change one, which one would it be? And I didn't hear Dynex in there, which is obviously.
No, Dynex is, of course, in the
Dynex is my friend.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's go to Koba. Koba, go ahead, sir. Give us 5 strong coins that you would put everything on it, on it today.
Number 1 is where I have the most money is Casper. Number 2 is Mafia at this moment. I got AI Tech, Chain GPT. Outside of those 2, doesn't mean that I will go all. I believe I will end up with only 3 in the bull run. I'm not going inside the bull run with 5 or 6. So some can change. I have AI Tech. I love it. It is good, but there is a big chance. Let's say in November, like Cliff said, if they choose Trump, FTX will release that money, and it will be money. So the people, they will pump it. The rate cuts. It can be that we will have again a big fat pump, and can be that I will take my profit there and redistribute. So I had sometimes you not regret, but like Rio, I like the RWA play, reward assets. But when you made a good profit, sometimes it's difficult to go back and to collect that, because I had an average of 18 cents. So even when my young cousin says like, yeah, it went back down and we like it, it's difficult psychological to say I will start to buy it again, because
You can't go back to your ex.
No. Yeah, that's sometimes difficult to do. So I like it, but we had it already. Like PZP was a gaming coin. I was also buying it really cheap, and I sold it at 48 cents. Sometimes I see it and I see that it has more holes, and I think, would it maybe go? But I learned that no, I made my profit. I know that my big bet for this cycle is Casper. I mean, if that doesn't go how I want, then
I'll see you on the Palm Jumeirah, brother.
Cliff,
I think
Cliff, are you still in this garage with GPUs? Are you sleeping there?
Of course I am. Of course.
It's warm. It's warm there, yeah.
So
Ben, like you. It's warm there, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cliff singing Boys to Men to the GPUs. I'll make love to you.
Man, Cliff, you are the
god. I think Cliff sees the beauty in the NVIDIA graphics cards, man. It's like this one is.
There's like another 100 sitting behind me.
Cliff, what are your thoughts about this NVIDIA dump and this whole case?
Wow, 400 billion. How much was it? NVIDIA was 450 billion, I think, dump.
Yeah.
But is somebody of you, do you invest also in traditional finance, like stocks, index funds?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you doing that before you started in crypto or after?
After.
Okay. So I was doing
crypto's
before.
Crypto's afforded me a quite interesting option for finances, right? It's allowed me to have a little bit more flexibility, some more financial freedom. But like, that doesn't mean I don't want to diversify, right? I don't want to hold all my money in crypto. It makes a lot of sense to have some stocks and shares as well. When you get up to my level of trading, I mean, I've had to get a money guy to look after it, because I almost made a stupid mistake, and it almost cost me 8-figure sum for doing it. So yeah, I'm never making that mistake again.
Yeah, like yesterday was this news that U.S. Department of Justice subpoenaed NVIDIA, and right now I see like 20 minutes ago NVIDIA said that they have not been subpoenaed by this department. So I don't know what is the truth right now.
It'll be interesting to see, right? So they made big claims over like the last like couple of years that it wasn't crypto miners like myself that was basically pumping the price of NVIDIA, buying all their GPUs and causing a worldwide shortage. They said it wasn't the case, and then obviously they finally released all their audits to find out actually it really was. All the crypto miners were basically sapping up all of the hardware off of NVIDIA. So a lot of NVIDIA price for the last couple of years has been thanks to crypto. And yet they'll never ever actually acknowledge that, because for them,
But do you think NVIDIA will be crucial for AI crypto pump?
No, because you've got the new Intel cards coming out, so Battle Mage, that'll be 2nd gen Intel GPUs. That first generation anything is terrible. 2nd generation usually is a lot better, so that'll be interesting. AMD are obviously getting their act together. They're in the process of building specific AI side processors that actually are on the card as well. I believe they're calling them NPUs, is it? I believe the acronym they're using. So those are going to be a bit like tensor cores on an NVIDIA, and they should be comparable speeds. So the more we actually see hardware diversified is probably a good thing, right? You don't want one company ruling every piece of hardware. That's a really bad idea, because if ever they have any problems, everyone gets wrecked.
Yeah.
All right. What's your thoughts on Pyrin?
Thoughts on Pyrin? I've actually done an audit on Pyrin. I know the devs pretty well over at Pyrin. Not so happy about what they did recently, where they increased their supply by 30 million. They called it a dev fund. What that is effectively some money for them to be able to further develop. Do they need 30 million coins to do that? That's anyone's guess, right? Very, very debatable in my view. And pick one, Octa or Blender. 100% Octa. After I saw the benchmark yesterday between Octaspace and Render, yeah, I'll pick Octa every day of the week.
Yeah, I thought I saw many news, especially on Twitter, that Blender is a scam.
Right. And what about Costa and Kaiser?
Sorry?
What do you guys think? Octa or Blender?
Octa. We had Octa.
Octa is it's a very sensitive topic to open that one.
We sold Octa.
Really?
We had it really early.
What I should do then is I'll get Tariq over to showcase the Octaspace versus Render benchmark side by side. They ran it in real time, side by side, the exact same.
No, we believe in it. We believe in it, but just
it was
crazy.
Was
the thing.
It was we were shoveling too much towards reallocating to other tokens, and then just slightly afterwards it really pumped.
And sometimes, Cliff, I watch AMAs like a lot of projects. So and then I toss them up to them. Half of the AMAs, I'm at a point like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Well, I almost caught yesterday when I showed Caveman the benchmark side by side. I almost caused him to go and dip into that Casper bag even deeper. So I've had to take the keys off the man. He's officially banned from FOMO now.
Yes, that's a powerful thing, FOMO. And there are too much. There are so many projects. Sometimes it's even difficult to DCA down. So you think, should I put it here? Should I put it there? Then you see that you have this token, you are in the red so much, but you think, if I will buy from this one, so you can never do it perfect, in my opinion. There are too many good projects. Sometimes you have to make decisions like, will I choose this? Will I choose? It's not easy, especially now.
I was saying to DXB the other week, right, that my average success rate is about 1 in 25, right? For every 25 bad plays I play, I get one good one, right? That's not bad. I know a few people that, 1 in 50 or 1 in 100. I mean, if you can get 1 in 10, then you're bound to make some good money.
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe we had also
Kosa, you're still.
We had also Ator.
Sorry?
What Ator?
Yeah,
Ator.
yeah.
He sold it also at 10x, and then it started to go
Wow.
down. That's pure luck, because you think, will it go much further? There are also many projects the name is good, everything looks good, but truly, we just checked the address. Is it mintable? Can they pause it? Some simple things that at least, like, it's difficult for somebody to scam you if they use their face, if it is a real LinkedIn, if it are real people. I mean, the moment that we see there is nobody that is known, and there are some questionable things, fuck it.
Very
Let me answer
important
this
for us.
one. Sorry, go on, bro.
Sorry. Yeah,
no,
so
I was just going to say, I don't have any exchange tokens to this one. And then, of course, this one is about Chirply. I'll probably talk about this in one of the other live streams, give you more information. Sorry, go ahead, brother. Continue.
No worries. So what we also discussed, Koba and myself, is that we don't want to have too much tokens on ETH, because what we've seen is that if you want to sell, for example, Ator protocol, I made an 11x, but even though it could be much more, because at the time I needed to bring it from the cold wallet, I need to send it to the exchange and sell it. And at that time, it was really difficult to get it on the exchange to sell it. And that's why we are not in favor of having too many tokens on the ETH blockchain. So we also are.
Yeah,
what we
ETH
really
gas
like.
fees. Honestly, the
Yeah.
ETH gas fees are horrible.
Yes, yes, of course, the gas fees. But for me, the gas fees are, if you have a decent profit, the gas fees are.
But you never know.
Fuck if.
No, that's
$5, and maybe in the bull it will be $500, and I find it ridiculous, especially when the amount is so big. Kaiser is much easier. He will send in one time a big amount. I have this in me that if I want to send 20k of something, I will send it in 10 pieces. It's stupid. No, but
it's even worse than that, right? So last bull market, right, I was mining Ethereum, right? It was costing me almost $9 to send $20 to the exchange.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Like, that's crazy.
Yes.
That just makes it so stupid to use. Like, that's why I tend to use layer 2s on Ethereum, right? So Polygon, Matic, or something similar, because at least that way you can at least use their service without the ridiculous gas fees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, like Solana, we found out, like, we were playing with Solana coins, and then a couple of times when the chain, like, not broke down. I don't know how to say it in good English, but you were waiting like 2 hours to get it. Like, you started to panic because normally it's so fast.
Yeah.
So, like, using the chains, then you find out actually how good a chain is. It's easy just to scream like, oh, it's good, it's the future, until you start to use it a lot, and then you think, no, this is not the future. This is just.
I've just seen that comment come up on screen. Oh, if they're talking about Cubic in the channel already, they're gonna love what you've got announced coming.
Yeah, no, I mean, Mr. Bullrun, I released a buy alert on Cubic. I've been buying Cubic. It's now officially on Mexi. And Cliff, you wanna announce it?
Oh, well, you want me to do it, or I thought you might want the privilege.
You do it, brother.
So I believe that there isn't a date set yet, but I pretty much guarantee that you've got an interview with Cubic coming. I also believe you have one with AI Tech, right?
Correct. I think that's going to bring down
and an ASIC manufacturing and hosting company as well, right? Like let's really throw it all out there, right?
Right. And we're gonna have Mint Layer coming back. Enrico's back on the 21st.
You're gonna be busy this month.
Man,
Well,
DXB,
I'm gonna hand it over to Koza.
DXB, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is there somehow a possibility that you will do a live stream with Crypto Galaxy, because I want to appear on that and want to ask him all those, I want to ask him all those bullish predictions. I want to ask those bullish predictions, man. I would love
He believes,
yeah.
he believes
Well,
20 trillion.
Bread to $12, Casper
Kosa.
40, man.
Kosa, I've got another one that I haven't even told DXB yet that he's
Go
getting.
on.
How about an interview with an exchange?
You know
That
what?
would be nice.
That will be nice, because with an exchange we can try and get them to give us certain community rights. If
Well,
that's
it's also having a better understanding of how exchanges work, how
liquidity,
for the everyday user that doesn't quite get the logic and the logistics behind an exchange. I think that would be really good news.
That's fantastic.
No,
and I'll get Dynex back as well, because you promised.
Oh yeah, we got Dynex GPT to deal with. Oh, speaking of Dynex, I have an interview booked Friday morning my time. With a certain place up in New York.
NASDAQ
again.
It's going to be up in the NASDAQ. I think I have to remind everybody what Cliff gets up to.
Friday. Friday NASDAQ all-time high because of Cliff.
I got a question about the last one about Cubic, because I was searching into it and I don't understand that part. They are burning coins, but at the same time they have token unlocks. How does that work?
That's a very good question. They also reduce their overall supply as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of questions. Quite a bit. I think it was like a 60 something or 80% reduction that their community asked for. So, I mean, obviously, I'm a big firm believer that you shouldn't really mess with max supplies unless there's a very good reason for it, right? I think that Cubic may have overjudged how much they need, and that's why they're now sorting that out before they go into almost hyperinflation, hence the burning mechanism as well. But I'm looking forward to what they're trying to do, but there's still a lot of questions around Cubic, right? And that's why when DXB said, do you know anyone there and can we reach out to them? Well, yeah, we've got a couple of advisors at Dynex who are also advisors at Cubic. So I put in a nice request for DXB to get an interview, because he'll be able to ask those questions and it'll be able to clear up some of those either misconceptions or just lack of understanding of the project in general. So I'm all about education at the end of the day.
Yes, and
that's how that's how the right way to do it.
No, because for me that is really something that I cannot wrap my head around. Like you're
burning, same for me.
And then it's immediately for me a no-go. Like, this is strange to me. You're minting and burning at the same time. Like, yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I don't, appreciate the efforts they're going through, right? Oh, exactly. They're much like us. They're just constantly working. And for us, like we haven't slowed down. If anything, we're even more on point these days. Our head of quantum development, Sam, he's pumping out updates literally every day these days, and Dynex GPT really is gonna blow people's minds when you see that. It's also very scary.
Yeah. Do you wanna take this question? Because we'll wrap it up, guys. Kesa. I mean, the token you earn. I don't know if I still have the question on there, but let me just move this out of the way. Yes, so he's asking, how do you earn money into in Heroes of Mavia? And I think this is about the rubies. So the play to earn asset that cannot be traded outside of the game. So that's what you earn. You don't earn the Mavia token. You earn the rubies.
Yes, in game you earn the rubies. If I'm not mistaken, they are still in the pilot phase with regards to the marketplace, in which you can also buy stuff for the in-game items. And if you so the ruby is for the in-game, and the Mavia token itself is for the governance. It's a governance token, nothing more, nothing less. Yeah.
And I hope
basically
those scholarships, because that was the sad story, in my opinion, of Axie, that you had people like in India were playing games for. It was not even about playing the game. It was just to make money. Like it was like almost like slave labor. It felt to me like that was what it was. So
this is Bull Run
Kai Network. I've done some research on Kai Network.
I never heard of it.
Oh, this is a mega bomb in the proof of work space. I think when this drops,
Kai's a bit like Cubic.
This one.
Kai's a little bit like Cubic. There's a lot of questions still. So does that mean I haven't mined it? Absolutely not. You know me, I'll take a bag of everything and see where it all settles out. I think that's where DXB is getting the idea of getting mining, because he can then go and get bags. Like if he had mined Casper, right, when it first come out, his bag would have been about 50 times bigger than it is now.
The bag right now, I mean, to be honest with you, the bag is not as big as I thought it was. I've seen some ridiculous bags, but I call it one of those Palm Jumeirah bags. And when someone just turns up,
my friend, another YouTuber, Red Panda, he was mining Casper with one of the very first ASICs released. He got shipped a KS1 from Ice River, and he was making somewhere in the region of $800 a day on Casper, right in the bear market as well. Crazy, right?
Cubic. AI Garth L1.
I just saw another comment actually by that user saying about bringing, the one of their devs, and that's what we've actually, and one of their marketing team members, that's actually what we're actually working on right now. Also, he said DXB and Crypto Seth. Funny you should mention Crypto Seth. I know Crypto Seth. I speak to him on a regular basis. So, I can hook you guys up if you want a conversation. Absolutely.
Why not? We are definitely different from Crypto Galaxy and Crypto John, because those two guys are the standard in the industry in terms of marketing. They went a different direction. I
actually quite like Crypto Seth. He's a really nice guy. Did a fantastic interview for Dynex. Keep in touch with him on a regular, actually. So yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, really get it arranged.
So definitely can sort that one out for you.
He seems like a young man.
What's with Crypto John? I mean, it's a hard-working man living in the basement.
That's marketing genius. I mean, listen, I like Seth. Seth is, I wish I was like Seth when I was his age. Basically, you got a guy who's fairly calm, very well spoken, and of course, Inspector Lord, his friend Archie. But what I would say is, Crypto John is a marketing genius, man. If I knew what he was up to in the bear market, I would have moved back to London and recorded. We don't even have basements. I would have gone into the I don't know, the shed or something, or the attic, and I would say, look,
that's what I didn't like about him. I thought always, what a strange videos, walking around without a reason
in the woods, under the table,
and then find out he was pump and dumping, buying for hundreds of thousands of dollars
You just wanted to get out of the basement, bro. I don't, you know, sometimes like people have to make these moves. Like I
hey, I'm in the garage. I'm in the garage. Look.
But I mean, you don't realize you can really lose your life. I mean, it's not anymore the wild. It's still the wild west, of course, in crypto. But I mean, it's actually pump and dump. It's really the bad. I find it so cheap. I mean, I find it so cheap. I mean, to make money, okay, but to scam, literally scam, to lie to the people that pay you first of all. So they pay you for their Discord. You take their money, and then you lie to them. You say like, I am holding and I'm buying, but just you're pumping your bags and dumping on them. I mean, you don't have moral.
You touched a massively important point there, bro, because I think one thing is scamming people and charging them. That's already with a heavy heart. Like, you know, if you have like thousands and thousands like these guys do, you know, they've got thousands of people in there, so you can just imagine what they're earning from that. But as if that's not enough, look at the size of the crypto market. I mean, the least harm you want is for your community. Exactly. In all honesty, like, yes, at least, you know, I'd respect if somebody goes to their community and says, look, guys, you know, we're going to sell this.
It's big business.
Also,
I mean, like,
you know,
yeah.
I would say also DXB, you know, when he had a small trouble, at least you did the right thing, right? You held your hands up and was honest with your community. That is very different from a lot of people. That is a lot of difference from a lot of people in this industry, right? They would just go, oh, well, you know, we've lost one, but you actually held your hands up, apologized, put yourself in the firing line, so to speak, right? Took a lot of flack for it as well, to be fair.
I actually gave,
you know, you did.
I gave some people some money
did the right thing.
Yeah, I actually paid
I think you did.
a few people.
I think you did the right thing.
But you know what it was? It was never me, because, you know, when I go back to the ethics of why I started my channel. So, for example, I employ 6 people in the developing world. Jerry being the best example of it. You know, he's based over there in Nigeria. He's actually studying masters in engineering, and this community pays for his college. Number one. There's few others as well like that, but that's what we do with it. But if you go back to my origins, I've been in Dubai for 14 years, and you know, I'm pretty much a local now. Next live stream, I'll wear my traditional clothing with dish dash and my, you know what I mean. I can even go and grab my if YouTube allows it. I've got a shisha right there. When I send out the buy alerts, I'm like, I don't really care about like Patreon money and all of that stuff. I think it's good to obviously contribute something to other people's lives. But 2023, if people were watching my channel early 2023, they would have bought Casper, you know, at 1 cent. You know, I had like hundreds of videos. Like, if you go back to my old school videos, they were all about Casper, sometimes with the poorest recorded quality. One day I grabbed my PlayStation headset. I just recorded my screen. So this stuff is not scripted, like, you know, in terms of others. And then recently, the YouTube community was, especially the shady ones, tried to bring me into the cabal. And there was like a particular individual who I actually met in Dubai. I bought him a shisha. Facts. I still have the receipt right here. I thought, you know what, just get out of the and they asked me a question one day. They were like, hey, look, we've got deals with VCs and whatever. So I said, no. I replied, I was like, no, I'm a lone wolf. I like to read about crypto. I like to do my own research, live and die by the sword by myself. So no, it's better because we can it's like, fuck it. But then when of course, when Broke Bread launched, and which I never saw any tokens, I thought, what is this stuff? So this was the other side of the game, the dirty side. So I was like, you know what? This shit is burning, man. Let me cut this off, man. Pirates of the Caribbean style. And
oh, you think that's bad? You should have seen what it used to be like before there was crypto exchanges. You talk about the dark side of things, right? Like shady deals going down, P2P kind of shady deals, you know?
it is absolutely like the worst space. I'm sometimes like I pinch myself because of our community. You know, we've got people like yourselves together. Like that doesn't even actually need me. I said to Muzz one day, I was like, look, man, this Discord is a community takeover, man. Nobody's more important than the other person. In fact, you know, some of the things that come from you guys are just way incredible. So listen, guys, I know somebody likes to get their early nights in because they are handsome and they want to keep that fresh face. Mr. Kesa, you messaged me, said I'm going to bed at 8:30, man.
Oh man, it's only like 5 p.m. here. I'm good.
Well,
I'm East Coast right now, so for me, I'm still like midday.
Exactly. That's why you're getting more questions about
Nexa. There's a few problems with Nexa in my view. Doesn't mean I haven't minded though.
He's a minor.
I never mind. I would
mean, you guys really should. If you want massive gains, right? Crypto mining is probably the best way to get huge gains because you get effectively coins before they've even listed on a single exchange. That leads you to like a whole different set of profitability charts completely. So me and DXB have been talking about maybe setting up a proof of work kind of thing in his Discord where maybe we'll do some video topics around proof of work, how to do mining in general, how to get into it with a relatively small budget as well, because you can start with one graphics card, get that paid off, use the profits to effectively get the next graphics card and the next and the next and the next, and before you know it, you'll have just as many as over here where there's like 250.
Yeah, I've got a good question here. My biggest ROI currently is Casper. I'm still sitting on a healthy profit, and in the last cycle, you won't believe what I was hitting crazy numbers with. I mean, we talked about your story with Shiba Inu. I never told you mine, and
Hokino.
I did the opposite. I couldn't actually sell it. Like I wanted to move it, and I that particular day I didn't move it. So I made a significant gain. Like when I talk about that's why I'm buying Brett again, because I'm thinking people think $600 million for a leading meme coin on a chain is a lot of money, but if you put significant amounts in it, that thing could at least do what Shiba did. I genuinely believe that could go to 50 billion, 40 billion dollars in the next cycle. Potentially, but not $12, of course. I had a nice win with H-Bar. I got a very good entry into Quant in the earliest days because of Gilbert Verdian. I mean, the last cycle, it was all about, I mean, I thought Quant was going to go to $1,800, 250. Well, I mean, eventually when it topped out, I was like, I mean, I went out quite hesitantly. I also did well in ADA. So yeah, right now I'm actually sitting on a couple of 10x's as the price of now with Pepe and Casper. Well, good question.
Which coin are you in the red most at this moment?
At this moment in time,
question.
Very good question. Right now, Casper. Just because
the least. No, I mean like at a loss.
In the red,
do you have something
loss?
Oh, my biggest. Yeah, man, how long have you got?
No. Just at this moment, do you have something?
Exactly. How long have you got? Have you got 1 hour to hear this list? Mint layer.
Give me the biggest. The mint layer.
Yeah. Mint layer is.
Okay, I'll ask you a question then. For every gem you've found, how many bad ones have you found?
I think the ratio is like, it's like it's almost like 30%.
So 1 in 30, sort of 1 in 30. That's not bad. Yeah. That's not bad at all.
But that's considering, especially a lot of the bullshit started to happen this year. To be honest, Last year was very clean. If you guys remember, last year I traded render, which I shouldn't, but I have no regrets, because my entry to render was way under $1, and I got excited and I
just
sold
wait
it.
for that Octaspace benchmark. It's gonna absolutely wreck render.
Let's talk about it in the Discord.
Oh my
let's
god!
buy it. Let's buy it up. And
honestly, I said that to Caveman. He the man was about to go all in, like all in. I had to hold him back. I had to hold the reins in with him. He was, he was definitely looking at going in.
Sell his Kaspa.
Yeah, he was ready. He was ready.
So, same question to you guys. Actually, what are your biggest wins? Start from Kaiser and work our way around the room.
At the moment,
Bitcoin
or
excluded.
At the moment, or during the let's say the start of the bear market.
Kaspa, Kaspa. And my biggest loss is at this moment DCK, Dex check, 61%.
Dex check. Dude, I'm going to send out Violet. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so for me, it would be, looking at my current portfolio, it would be Kaspa. Overall, I think
Injective.
No, I think it was Bread on Soul. I bought Bread on Soul. It was in 36 hours. I made a 11 or 12x.
Damn, bro. Several made you buy that one. Jeez.
In 36 hours. I bought it at 11 p.m., something like that. I went to sleep. I woke up. It was already 4x. And I didn't even took my initials. I was like, okay, YOLO. And it really pumped a lot. I think Rio also something like 10 or 11. But what I mostly did during this cycle is just make some flips.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And for a couple of them, I really regret selling them because, for example, Ponke, I sold Ponke way too early.
Right.
So
he was buying all this garbage, and I didn't dare to touch my fingers because it was too much. I thought I'm going to buy the wrong stuff, and Miro burned me. Just Miro, it hurted me because we had so good profit, and then I wanted to go to sleep. It was like 1:30 or 2 in the morning, and then you always are checking your telephone before you sleep.
Right.
The first thing when you open your eyes, you have one eye open, you go to check your portfolio. It's an addiction. And then I saw something changing big, so I went to see, and then I saw Miro, like it was going like every 10 seconds it was dropping a cent, and I was calling him. I mean, I believe in 1 hour, an hour, not even an hour, all the profits were gone. And then you come at a point like that you're almost break even, and then you think, should I cut my loss? Should I sell it all? Do I leave it? And then I thought after that, like I tried to leave some projects, but they were not. Then I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna leave this alone.
I'm gonna leave it to ride.
Yeah. So when I'm checking my, because I track everything, I've held 73 tokens during the whole cycle, this cycle. And my biggest loss would be Metados.
I didn't touch that one.
Metados?
Yeah, second, the game.
Wow. So, I mean, look, any of these tokens we're talking about. So let's continue. Koza, what's your biggest win and biggest loss?
My biggest win is like I took some profits on Rio when I was 30x, because I bought my first bag around 10 cents and lost and bought and sold in March when it was $3
at the top.
Yeah, so I sold for $3 some part of my Ria. And my biggest loss is Lit Labs.
Oh yeah,
we had that one also. Lit Labs.
Yeah.
Did you have the
there's ones.
It was good until the partnership, until they started to they merged, or what did it? They had a partnership.
before they got took over, but Elixir.
Yeah, exactly. That story.
Like then they said that Lead will be the token for their games. Later they said this will be the token for 3 games, and now they are saying that this will be only the token for Cyber Titan games. But they are doing some migration.
Yeah, that's our cousin. I know.
You know.
I know that. I saw that.
Yeah, bro said, Metaflop, which is
but considering if you're talking about Lit Labs, and we talked about Creo, we talked about a couple of gaming tokens. In all honesty, Mavia, coming back to Mavia, don't forget to scan the QR to buy some. But but in all honesty, it's a blue chip. It's a blue chip, and you can you can make a 30, 40x, and it's a blue chip.
It is. You know what? I agree with you. I think now that you talked about Lit Labs and Metados and all of these ones, I've had a bunch of those ones, but luckily, in terms of the dollar value, they were way less than, for example, let's say the position that I'm down on the most, which is Mint Layer. But the staking kind of offset that, just to earn that crazy APR. So I guess at the end of the day, sometimes it's not a bad idea. I hate staking coins, but sometimes you could hit a kind of a jackpot. And yeah, your biggest win, excluding BTC, that you lent to Man God.
I knew you was gonna ban me from saying BTC. I mean, to be fair, that is kind of crazy how much I made on BTC. So yeah, fair enough. So my biggest gain right now would be probably Casper. I got into that very early, like a month into it starting to mine. So that was way before it was even listed on an exchange. And then my biggest loss, geez, here we go. Probably Cadena.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
I got wrecked on Cadena.
Yeah, Alpha's just killed it.
And still, they got a lot of holders. Still,
honestly, Cadena wrecked me hard. Like, I think I'm like 80% down on it.
Damn.
But did you sell it, or are you still holding things like that?
No, it's still sitting in the wallet.
But is that just, I will see if it ever will do something?
Well, even if it just gets to a point of break even, I'll flip it into something else if it gets to a point of being pretty close to what I got in at.
By the way, breaking news: Bearish jobs report today, and yeah, that should we should. Rectember is starting to come together.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Rectember.
Bro said, "Can Casper reach $15?" No.
I don't see $15 at Casper. Not at least not this cycle, right?
Man,
at least not this cycle. Let it have some time to grow. I think once we see their KRC20 platform, their ordinal type transcripts, because they're not smart contracts, right? For anyone who doesn't know what KRC20 is, it's not a smart contract system. It's a lot like Bitcoin ordinals. For me, $15 Casper, maybe in a couple of cycles, I could see that. But it needs huge adoption.
Is bearish.
It needs huge adoption.
I hope it will go there. I wouldn't mind, but I would be already out. I gotta be honest. I mean, $15. I do believe like some people are really conservative because a lot of people say that it has no use case yet, etc. But then ADA had the same. ADA went to, I believe, 80 billion, 90 billion.
Yeah. Incredible, 93.
Yeah. So I don't think you need the use case when there is enough hype. I mean, that has been shown. So,
and it does,
longevity is where use case comes in. Like if you want a project to be around for a couple of cycles minimum, then it needs a use case.
Yes. But like you said earlier, Cliff, you said the ordinals. Like I find that so hard to. We held. We had orange. We had there are some ordinals. I cannot understand it completely because I have a feeling that narrative is there. There is a narrative, but I believe it will not be a big hype. But also, I have a feeling that it will not work on the BTC layer. It's like.
Well, I spoke to a BTC layer 2 actually called the Goat Network while I was in Miami for Mining Disrupt. They're working hard, but ordinals are not as straightforward to set up and deploy quite like a smart contract, right? A smart contract's really easy. Just put the contract in, hit go.
If you don't have, Mr. Butt said, Tectum, we'll talk about that in a second, but one that we, obviously, the community is right down the middle, by the way. Some people hold it, some people don't. I think this is the Tau killer. I genuinely believe, and again, you know, it's kind of like, you know, based AI for me, it could be that. Could be one of those.
Are they actually doing AI, or have they just put the name AI in the name?
Man. Oh man,
that's all you need, Cliff.
Don't get me started on that one. We'll be here for another hour.
It's I mean, if you see his face, I mean, that's you better have Schillers on your side, right? You better have Schillers on your side. But for me, why is this a high conviction? I think most people actually forget they've been around for a while, and when you look at the 87% token burns on the Pepe coin, 87% of the OG Pepe will be burnt out of circulation. And I think there's a lot of, for me, there's a lot of big players behind the scenes that want to see the original Pepe.
For you, DXP.
Yeah.
What's the point of a burn mechanism when you could just actually put a proper, you know, max supply in the equation so that you don't actually need a burn mechanism at all?
A great question. The difference was the token was already there. So if you remember, like the OG, I mean, nobody was buying the OG Pepe coin.
No.
So that was the whole point.
You get what I mean? Like new coins coming out. Why even bother with a burn mechanism? Why not just set your max supply at a reasonable level and not need a burning mechanism at all?
Yeah, true. I think it was more of the fact that Pepe coin already existed.
So something that already exists, I can understand, right? Because you're trying to beat out hyperinflation. But what about a new coin just coming out? What's the need for a burn mechanism? Why not just put a max supply in that makes a lot of sense? It just sometimes it doesn't quite come across the right way.
Yeah, I think the so I mean, based AI is low circulation anyway. You got, I think it's a 34 million or 35 million fully diluted, but the fact that they're going to burn this just to spite the other Pepe, there's a bit of war going on, and where there's war in crypto and there could be potential hype. That's why I think for me, and this is not the Pepe coin, by the way, the OG Pepe coin is not even here. You can only find it. Let me just go to, I just want to show you their whole thing is just ridiculous. If they burn, because the price appreciation of this, so 130 million tokens, of which 87% are burned.
Wow, that chart looks terrible. that big old U like that's a market maker. 100% that's a market maker.
That's lost spawn. That's lost spawn, they call it.
No, you got this wrong. This is Pepe coin. So do you know the story behind it? So Pepe coin existed, like this was the original Pepe. The idea got stolen, and what these guys have done, these devs basically, they're now developing based AI. I think based AI will be competing with the likes of course, Dynex and Tau and the AI side. So it's ZK LLMs. But this particular meme coin, I'm telling people now, it's like less than 200 million or 200 million in terms of market cap. This has always been around, by the way. Do you see that flat chart? This is a multi-cycle project. So the fact that they put their X page inside this Windows XP, basically, with 87% burn, I think it's just something for people to watch, because I think overall...
No, sorry, continue.
No, go ahead, bro.
But is it something, because you said multi-cycle, but is it something that you like? Because what I usually tend to do is to buy newer projects.
Yeah, so this is a new project. So
okay.
I don't know. I mean, I've been following these guys for a while. Last year there was a sudden Tau FUD. Not last year, a few months back, because you know the whole Bitenso Tau subnets, and these guys announced that they obviously had you know, almost tripled the number or something ridiculous. So there was like one or two people that I talked to in the project who were saying, and some Tau holders, you know, some people that I know who hold Tau. So basically, these guys kind of like push Tau to then make an announcement. So this is all happening behind the scenes. You know, gem hunters, we gather the information. So after that, I looked into the project a little bit more and what they have, the unique aspect that they have. So first of all, it's a low circulating, fully diluted, about 120 million or whatever it is in terms of market cap. It's not even been marketed yet. But they have this unique ZK LLMs, right? So on the back of that, man, Bitenso Tau, some of the Tau investors were moving into
let's be honest, normal LLMs are for you know, old and outdated and you know.
Yeah, it's all about the ZK. Absolutely.
No, it's all about quantum LLMs.
Oh, sorry.
Forget the rest.
No, with the dynamic, because listen, guys, you have to understand the AI space. There are only 4 projects, in my personal opinion. So you got the retail projects, like for example, AI tech is going to rule the retail world. That's just my opinion.
No, but I think AI tech, like DXB, if you watch, like when you are researching a coin and you are looking at the tokenomics, so you are watching how many tokens are there, how many are released. The moment I see, let's say, a reasonable number, so not that's the problem that I have with a token like Cubic. When I see 600 trillion, that kind of numbers, it sets me off. But when I see like between 100 and 1 billion, and then I see that at least 80% is already in circulation, I start to be already interested. If I see like I mean, it's stupid. Why have a burn mechanism? So you make 20 billion coins and then you're going to burn them back to 10. Why don't you make a max supply that is reasonable? You make sure that enough is released so that inflation is less. I don't get it. Why? Like when I see those
money
numbers,
grab.
Yeah.
No, of course it is.
A lot of the time. A lot of the time it is.
Yeah, but also it's a psychological. I think it's set because they saw Shiba Inu template. A lot of these, even some of these layer ones with the number, you know, very high number. Look, 5015.
When I believe, how many coins were there when Shiba? That people forget, like it's completely a different playing level. Every meme coin that I see, they say it will be the next Shiba. It will be it will not be, because at that time we already discussed that there were only maybe 3 or 4 projects that were like, you had Doge, you had Shiba, but now you have, I believe, 2 million sold meme coins, and everybody says that their coin is a fair launch. What does fair launch mean at a meme?
Unfair launch.
Yeah, all this kind of bullshit. I believe I saw a study research even that I believe only 71 wallets that made more than 1 million. If you are searching on Twitter or on Reddit, you will believe that everybody became a millionaire. But of those 71 wallets, I believe probably if you really research it, will be 95% are insiders or dev or something. And most of the times it's the same team. They just hop on to other tokens, or when people start buying these celebrity tokens. I stupid, just stupid.
It's really
especially
stupid.
in this phase. In this phase, you shouldn't be focusing on
We
that
played
power
that game,
prediction.
huh? We played that game. We
played
went
that
to
game.
fun, and we started to. We were so bored. We said, let's research this. So we came on pump.fun, and we had a couple of weeks. We started to buy in tokens, and there you had that moment when it goes from there to radium. Oh my god, it was terrible.
It's
And then
incredible.
also we caught some coins that made a lot of X's, but then it goes like in 1 second.
Guys,
Somebody,
when should we do this again? This is absolute fire, man. Especially this last bit, because we can definitely do another 2 hours. But
no problem.
look, couple of things. All I would say is, honestly, this whole idea, I'd like to have a discussion with the crew one day about just looking at this subject a bit more, because I think sometimes the understanding may not be there. But guys, listen, this has been straight fire. I've been your host. You've got some legends here. Can we see the T-shirt one more time, please?
Yes, of
One more
course.
time before we
And
go,
once
bro.
again, I'm not an insider. I'm just, for this special occasion, it's the first time live here. I thought, let's do something to surprise you.
Funny.
Brilliant. And listen, surprise, we're gonna get some more Dynex Mavia, Based AI, Pepe Coin T-shirts, Tectum, of course. Big up my bro. But listen,
Sun Wukong T-shirt.
What is that actually? Sun Wukong. Is that also a meme? Why
Yeah,
do
it's
I
a
hear
meme.
that? What is that? Sun Wukong. Is
Yeah.
that also a meme? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a meme, right?
Yeah, it's
much
the best
much
meme.
love, guys.
It's the best
I will
meme.
go to check it out. I'm going to check it out. Sun Wukong.
As soon as you search in the Discord, you will see all the posts of Koza.
Yes.
Because of Sun Wukong. And you know what's funny, right? I mean, people thoroughly enjoyed this tonight because I think we've done it in a different style. I think this is a more of a natural conversation, rather than saying what's your price prediction for X, Y, and Z. So guys, look, thank you so much. It's 1 o'clock. I think my shisha is calling me right now. But God bless you all, and
I
stay
thought the
safe.
KFC was calling.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can't have shisha without KFC. You got to keep the secret.
He's going to call KFC right now to prepare.
Hey, I kid you not. They're on speed dial. I told you, man.
Start looking like the Colonel, man. Gonna start looking like the Colonel.
There's a mall not too far from my house, so you just put the order in the app.
You can use Kareem. You can use Kareem, or is it closed at this time?
Dude, they forget Kareem. These guys are Talabad. Before I put the app down, the guy's like, I'm on a live stream here ordering my food, and the guy's like, come outside now. And these guys are not patient, right? The delivery guys.
Haven't you
I've got hostages. I've got 4 chicken wings.
Haven't you said some time ago, like, you have a private chef in your home?
Hey, look, not financial advice, but
yeah, see, look, baller having his own private chef.
Has he started cooking badly for you?
Listen,
oh, by the way, DXB, how's the new office?
Man, all I would say is the wife doesn't know what this is. So one day she tried to take it and she said, I'm going to use your USB to save my work. I was like, no, please don't touch this. Women, technology. And have you ever had that conversation with the family? I mean, of course, Cliff, your wife is in the blockchain. She knows. But one day I sat down with my my daughter and my wife, and I said, look, if anything happens to me, you just get those moments, right? So come round here.
I would highly recommend anyone to make sure they have at least one person in their life who knows how to, sort out the crypto if anything goes wrong.
Yes.
I highly recommend it.
That's a good point. Yes.
Honestly, I was showing them for 2 hours what a ledger is, what a tangent is, and they were like, what? I was like, look, you could have money there if, if I come late one day, whatever, just open this. But then it got more complicated. you need to, if you want a quick cash, you do P2P. Because don't forget, one thing's about teaching them how to use the wallet. The other thing is sending them all those YouTube videos on how to cash out.
No, but it's a really good point actually to close it off. Like Cliff said, like we have that, like we have tangems, and then when he goes on vacation, because you never know when your last day is at Earth, and the worst thing that could happen is that you pass away and there is so much money on the chain and nobody knows how to reach it. So
you're so right.
So we do that, like that his mother, if something would happen, she can contact me and I can help them to get it off the chain and vice versa. So that's really at least
Real
if you keep,
talk.
I assume at this point you would be retaught to leave everything on to not have it on the cold wallet. So yeah, it's really, you don't think about these things, but it's important actually.
It's one of the most important things, bro. And I think for me, the sad thing is, I was reading something the other day, the amount of Bitcoin that will never be sold.
Yes.
Because, you saw some stuff like that, and it's going to happen like sooner or later. You're going to wake up one morning and see all of that money in an exchange or in your cold storage. Do the rightful thing and split the assets as well. So you're not all in crypto, get some money out, get, multi-currency, multi-regional bank account, buy maybe a property, forget the Lamborghini, do what Cliff does.
And also make us a lot, make as much accounts as you can on the central exchanges, even if you don't use them a lot. So try to have as much as you can also for cash out purposes, so that you can I don't know how many I have, but everything that I can get I use, so it doesn't matter, except if it is not possible. I don't use VPN for those exchanges because it's not necessary here. We can use a lot in Europe, but
right.
Use everything.
Brilliant tips, guys. And on that advice, that is actually advice. It's hard to get crypto people to say this is advice, but this is real advice. It's financial advice.
Yeah.
It's not a pump and dump. Save your crypto. Let your family know. At least have one person to back you up. And we'll do the stream again, guys. God bless you all. It's 2 a.m.
Have a nice evening, all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sun Wukong, man. We believe in Justin Sun. Good night, guys.
Good night. Bye.
Cheers, guys.